we realized that master plans, to do them what we feel is really well, so that there's a really engaged community, it happens in a pretty concerted period of time. But we realized that those resources are hard to come by. It's, if we were to scope out the ideal master plan, it's probably around 150,000. And we know that resources are tight sometimes, and so we've come up with ways where we're working with communities to do it on a more phased approach, where you tackle 2 or 3 elements at a time. We feel like if you drag it out over 9 elements over 9 years, you're never going to have a current master plan. But if you tackle it in a period of 2 or 3 years, you're actually doing it's sometimes a little bit more palatable in terms of the civic capacity to do it. So we're happy to work with you to make this work for you guys on a time frame, depending on the civic capacity. And it's really that, I think, in so many ways, that drives this, because we're only going to be as strong, it's only going to be as good a master plan as the people who participate in it.
What do the numbers look like?
So what we've scoped it out for you guys initially is about $80,000, but again, that was in our first kind of do it all at once.
Yep. That's the typical plan?
Well, like I said, for a typical plan, this is actually because we're going to be revisiting some of the stuff that we've done earlier.
Yep.
We don't feel like we need to do the vision plan. We don't have to redo their goals and objectives. It'd be really just a matter of kind of touching base and checking in on those, kind of updating and tweaking those.
Okay.
So,
Did you get, I had forwarded this to Kim. Did you get a copy of the scope?
I think he just gave that to them.
Yeah, and a few things, getting back to why it's been important for me is, aside from the bond rating and the points with the state, master plans also help strengthen your bylaws. I mean, there are certain bylaws, like we had to get rid of the rate of development bylaw at the suggestion of town council I was using at that time, because how do you support a rate of development bylaw without a master plan? And that's one of the first questions they generally ask. Would Mendon have a master plan? So if someone had sued us on those grounds, we would have lost. Just basically because nobody knows who's steering the ship and what are we basing the rate of development on.
Right.
So there's a lot more to it, advantages to having a master plan than just what's on the surface. So the 80,000, I mean, we have some funds left over from
2013.
Yeah, from 2013. I think there's about 20,000 there. The planning board was, our budget was 20,000 this past year, or 23,000 or something. We can certainly use those funds to get us started. So there's 40,000 right there. We just need, and if my budget stays, which it should, hopefully, because it needs to. I mean, planning's an important part of Mendon's development. No planning board goes without a budget. I mean, that's just, I've been working with zero budget till last year, where I finally got funds available to me. But we've been doing it the free and easy way, which is basically on the backs of people who are volunteering their time.
Right, and it's just not working.
Well, I only have so much time in the day.
Absolutely.
I
Right.
can't do it.
And not to mention that we've been talking about this for
Quite a while.
as long as, from when I was on before, so, and I know that you guys have done as much legwork as you can do. And again, like I said, there's just not enough time in a day.
You're right.
And we all
Not to write a
have,
comprehensive master plan, it's just,
Oh.
it takes experience, it takes, we can put all the data together for them, but to write one actually takes a little more experience than what I think we have in town.
and I would feel that, right, this is what you guys do, right?
Yeah.
So,
I was going to say, so when we were here before,
I'm sorry, say it again.
Continuing with the facilitation of the meetings as well,
Yeah.
to bring the public back in, to engage them, to reach
Yep.
out to all different, like every population and every demographic group within the town,
yeah.
to let their voices be heard. I had talked to Jeannie Hebert, as far as
Yep.
bringing the business community in. She's really excited about
Great.
that idea, working with us on that. To try to hear every voice in town is so important.
Yeah. No,
What you want.
I'm excited to have it done, so.
It's your plan, we may write it, but it's your plan, it's your town's plan.
I get
It's
it.
definitely been topic of discussion for a very long time.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to have it,
I've been executive director for 4.5 years, and we've been talking about it, and it was before
yeah,
that.
and I know
It's been 4.5 years at least.
I know at least 4 or 5 times, even prior to me coming on the board.
Right.
I've been pushing this, it was tried and never completed. And it's just time for Mendon to have their master plan at this point. We're growing up enough.
There may be other funding opportunities for this as well, and Trish put a
Yeah.
slide together.
see
We
that.
are for local planning, I'm kind of cognizant of the time. Is it 6:45 right now?
We're
I can
ready.
wait on this if you want, just to kind of highlight some of this.
Yeah, I
or-
think the hearings will be pretty brief, so,
Just a poll hearing, right?
yeah. And there's
Yeah,
a
one
7 o'clock one at, for 5-year land use, but
Oh,
it'll
okay.
probably be,
We'll probably finish in between.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Got it.
let's,
So we can take a step back and,
Yes,
is there anyone here from or National Grid?
Hold
Okay,
on.
someone's here, so.
I just put it in an easier way to read it, right there.
Which one?
This is, it's the same thing, but this is,
Yep.
wait,
I gotta open it.
yeah, yeah.
Read the poll. I would move to open the public hearing for Verizon New England, Inc. and Mass Electric Company, N-Grid, regarding a petition for joint pole location.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
In conformity with the requirements of Mass General Law, Chapter 166, Section 22, the Board of Selectmen hereby gives notice that it will hold a public hearing February 4th, 2020, at 6:45 PM in the Town Hall, Upper Meeting Room, 20 Main Street, Mendon, to consider the request of Verizon New England, Inc. and Mass Electric Company, N-Grid, to relocate pole 2, 16 feet northwest of existing location. This pole has been identified for relocation/removal, ties to new safety complex presently under construction. New pole 2 need 2 private property anchor rods installed for guiding purposes. All private property anchor rods will need easement secured from property owner. All interested parties will be given the opportunity to be heard.
Okay. Come on up.
Al Galvin, design engineer, National Grid.
So we just have to move this pole for the police station.
This one.
Right next door.
Pesky pole in the parking lot.
A long time.
Any objections?
That's what I figured.
You can run guide wires to my house any way you want.
I got a chainsaw on my truck, we can get rid of it right now.
I don't have any questions.
Yeah.
Questions from the audience? None. Perfect.
Yep. I move to close the public hearing for Verizon New England, Inc. and Mass Electric Company, N-Grid, to relocate pole number 2.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sweet. Thank you. You guys do that tomorrow?
They're actually ready tonight. They're out there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we just need
Yeah.
one more motion to approve
What's
that.
Gotta be brief.
Sorry, hold on.
Yeah, it's long.
I move to approve the Verizon New England, Inc. and Massachusetts Electric Company and N-Grid to relocate pole 2, 16 feet northwest of existing location. The pole has been identified for relocation/removal and ties to new safety complex presently under construction. New pole 2 needs 2 private property anchor rods installing for guiding purposes.
Second, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye. Perfect.
thanks.
Okay.
I'd like to just keep this brief so you guys move on with your meeting. I don't think that you guys are opposed to this being done. The only thing I wanted to add to it was the fact that I've had an opportunity to work with all these people through several different items, and I have full confidence that they will do a spectacular job. And everything I've been involved with them in the past has worked out tremendous, so.
Yeah, your reputation does precede you. I've always heard good things from across anybody, colleagues across the state. As long as we'll bring it to Kim, bring it to Finance Committee, let's see if we can get this through the budget for this coming year, and
I think we can stagger it over the next couple of years. I got enough to get it started, but then we can stagger the
So,
next two.
right, as much as I do like that idea, I don't want to find out next year we have to stop. So I'd like to at least get commitment that we can, make a special account for, whatever we need to do, maybe FinCom reserve, we'll add some more extra into there. So again, we'll talk to FinCom to get that done.
and there are some pots of money, I think you'll look in there, the community
Yeah.
compact programs, EEA planning grants, and we're
Can we use, and can we, I feel like I saw on that list, Are these items on that list part of our, like, CPA money, or, sorry, am I saying it right?
No, but you might be, we didn't put CPA in here, but you could probably use aspects of CPA to help with those components of it. That would depend on your community
Maybe for the
preservation.
historic part of it or something like that?
Yeah, I think we already did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
We put money for the open space section of it. I do know on the open space section, we have to redo the open space and recreation plan by October 2020. So a lot of the information from that could.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Oh, good.
Do you know
Okay.
if there's state funding available for the master plans, I mean, the open space plan? If you're under 6,000 in population.
Yeah.
Like 2003.
Census of 2010.
Okay.
Well, I think we were higher in 10.
Yeah, so you may want
I
to.
think we were close to
Just had
7.
knock a couple
Said-
people
I
out.
looked it up, it said 58.
Oh,
I
really?
would say they counted more in
2010.
Mass exodus.
2010.
Do like they do with elections, just pull a couple census out. No
We
one knows.
can, we can help you with that as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
And I know
really,
that Bill won't like the fact that we bring up the local planning assistance because the planning board usually taps into that.
Yeah.
But we provide
They'll
local
pay.
planning assistance hours to all of our communities, you
Okay.
know, through your assessments and that type of thing. And any meetings you attend, you earn 1 extra hour, up to 24 hours per fiscal year as well.
Oh, great.
That could
I
help
guess I'll be
offset it
attending
unless
more
Bill.
meetings.
Either that or, Bill, you're really gonna have no LPA, you're not
Yeah.
gonna have a budget, but you will have a master plan.
I'll start attending meetings if we can get this done.
I mean,
I was
well,
also going to add, oh, sorry.
Yeah, no,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
add that we're also working on a housing plan that's part of a regional assessment that we're doing.
Okay.
To those
And
who,
so-
do I get LPA funds for that?
Well, you put LPA funds in that, but a lot of the data that we're going to be is going to be redundant to what would go into the master plan, because that was when we wrote that original scope, that wasn't a guaranteed pocket of funds. We started that project, so that's going on now, so that'll also offset some of the costs. So, there are definitely opportunities to make it affordable over the short term.
Yeah, I've never known them to overcharge us, you know, so, I mean, in the past, they've been very reasonable. I mean, I certainly,
I don't know, have
when
you
I
seen this?
first, let me tell you what, when I first went out looking for quotes for this, and, you know, there's several firms out there that do them, their numbers were staggering to write a master plan for the town. And then, you know, we would have to pull out some long-term funding for it.
understood.
Well, and we're not going anywhere. We have been around since 1963. You're part of us, we're part of you. And with the implementation strategies, we're here to assist, and we've helped the other communities that have recently completed master plans as well, to continue working with you. And it also helps us to become aware of funding opportunities that you may need as a community, so that as they come across our desk, we can reach out to you and say, you identified this as a need in your master plan, here's the potential funding opportunity, and it's really
Right.
worked out well.
Perfect.
let us
Thank
know
you
if
so
you
much,
have
guys.
any,
All right, thank you.
let us know if you have any questions. We're happy to come down and work with you guys on it.
Yeah, maybe, we'll check with FinCom, maybe they may want to speak.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming down.
Thanks.
Okay, 7.
Okay,
So,
5 minutes
consider
before
signing presidential primary warrant.
Here you go.
presidential.
13.
Ready? Page 13, number 13. I move to sign the March 3rd, 2020 presidential primary warrant.
Second. All in favor?
All right,
Aye.
No, I appreciate it.
We have it, yeah.
I think I must have it in here, yeah. I do, I see it.
Thank you.
Is it?
That's it.
Presidential primary.
Oh, we have another one I could have done too.
All right, yeah, we got time, ship it.
Consider renewal of Class 2 dealer's license, 54 Cape Road, Stop and Save Auto. It's number 7.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful.
All right. Keith Marlin, 54 Cape Road, Mendon, Mass. I'm here in the renewal of the Class 2 license.
So you had one before,
I
I
had one
believe?
before.
Yeah.
And you had put it on hold?
Yeah, I had put it on hold.
Now, so he didn't get to renew when we renewed before, but he
Oh,
wants
gotcha.
to renew it now.
Okay.
This is down, this is... Is it the house with the horseshoe driveway? Yeah.
You know it.
Yep, I remember when you first came in.
Yeah. That's a while ago, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it was. What number is it?
54.
7, and I did a typo, it's class 2, not class 1, and I wrote class,
No, you were at Class 2.
oh, it did? Oh, all right.
Oh, not in the motion.
Yeah, see.
I move to approve the renewal of Class 2 dealer's license for 54 Cape Road Stop and Save Auto pending receipt of all positive routing slips. Ooh, say that 10 times fast.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Still got 3 minutes, what else? It's 2 in here. This one, oh, wait, there's this one, hold on. Got them all. Do you want to do, want to do Chief Kessler? Can you be quick? Like 3 minutes?
Want to do the 3 appointments, so we can come back and talk about it.
We can do that.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
So we're starting with Kevin Anderson.
These, okay, oh, they're all different, right? Nope. Kevin, okay, Kevin, no, they're all different.
Yeah,
So,
just,
I'll reintroduce you to Kevin Anderson.
Thanks,
I
Kevin.
don't know if you
Kevin.
recall, but he went through the on-call recruit program last summer. You appointed him, or last spring, you appointed him as an on-call firefighter in July. Since then, he went to EMT school and got his EMT certification. So in order to have him start to utilize that, I'd like to ask the board to appoint him as a firefighter EMT at a rate of the $16 per hour when he's filling on-duty shifts.
So moved.
second. Oh, do we need to say oh, you said the rate.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's pretty impressive, read it word for word. Excellent. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Nice work.
Next, we have Gwen Costello.
Hey, Gwen, how are you?
Good, how are you?
So recently, I don't know if the board is aware, I'd let the chair know that I had another career person get an injury. Firefighter Phipps will be out for many months, which kind of put a burden. We now have 2 people out of the 6 career people working. So we put out a plea for area folks to come help us out, and Ms. Costello from Upton fill out an application to become an on-call, or per diem EMT for us to help us fill shifts. The background check has been done, and the detective who did it said it was all high praise on her. So I'd like you to appoint her as a per diem EMT at a $16 per hour rate.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there one more?
Yep, Alex Drella.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, how you doing?
So I'd like to introduce you to Alexander Drella. We did interview him as part of trying to fill the career firefighter paramedic position that was open. We're still trying to fill that, so we've started Alex through that route of getting it brought up to speed on that, but he's also offered to do work here as a per diem paramedic to help us fill shifts for the aforementioned reasons.
Excellent.
So I asked the board to appoint him as a per diem paramedic at a rate of $25 per hour while he's filling shifts. Just a little background, his father is also a captain on the Saugus Fire Department, so he's got firefighting in his background. So
Got it.
we look forward to hopefully being back in front of you in a month.
All right, sounds good. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Welcome aboard. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. Nice work. Okay, 7 o'clock, bam.
Here we are, 7 o'clock. We can open the hearing.
Yeah, I'll do it. What do we got? I move to open the public hearing for the 5-year land use program.
Second. Do you want me to read the public notice?
You got it? The Mendon Board of Selectmen and the Mendon Community Preservation Committee hereby give notice that there will be a public hearing February 4th, 2020 at 7 p.m. in the Mendon Town Hall, second floor, meeting room 20, Main Street, Mendon, Mass. to receive comments on the 5-year land use program, copies of which can be found at the mendon.gov website on the Land Use Committee page or the Town Clerk's office, and to hear suggestions for Community Preservation Act funded projects. All are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is just, hi, this is something that each year we have to have a public hearing, you know, for the land use plan, and then also for use of community preservation money in case people have ideas for projects. And this has been available at the town clerk's office and online.
Wait a minute.
Assuming no major change?
Nope. This year, like I said, we need to update the open space and recreation plan, so this might change, but
Did this say, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, suggestions for Preservation Act funded projects. So I had a question on that. Has anyone brought up the need to paint this building?
yes, it hasn't come to the meeting, but
Okay, is that something we can use the funds for?
possibly, yeah, for historical preservation.
Because we really need to paint this building this year. It's getting bad. So hopefully that's an option.
Yeah, someone should come to the committee, you know.
Yeah, I
on the-
think that's in the
Do
works.
we have a quote?
Okay.
Not that I know of. But
That's for, what committee is that gonna be fall under?
The
So
community,
that's the 10th meeting?
yeah.
The meeting that we're meeting on the
I
10th?
mean, we are meeting on February 10th,
Can,
but we could meet also, you know, before the warrant closes if we need to.
well, I mean, I'm going to the meeting. Do you want me to bring it up at the meeting, or can we put it
Yeah.
on the agenda and then
Yeah.
it's officially entered?
at least it's starting
I know.
to talk about it.
Maybe we can even solicit some quotes. I don't know if we'll have one by the 10th, but.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll also mention it to Kim again.
Okay. So I'll bring it too, as the selectmen's item.
All right,
Great. Anything else? Do you want to close it?
so,
Close it? All right.
All
I
done?
move to close the 5-year land use public hearing.
second, all in favor?
All right. Thank you so much, Ann.
All right, thank you.
I move to approve the 5-year land use program as presented.
Second, all in favor?
All right.
Aye. Damn. Okay, so back to
Chief?
Good evening again, a little more relaxed now. As you know, when I came in, there was very few firefighters and EMTs on the departments, including the on-call, especially the on-call department. And over the past year, we've been trying to build that staff. And off and on during that, we kind of got into, I had people waiting to get appointed, and the board wasn't able to hold meetings for whatever reasons. Kind of went away, and then when the last meeting was canceled, and it was right around the time that Charlie got hurt again, and then we're pressed for the need to try to get people in, and we had an appointment scheduled for that evening. I thought I'd ask the board to consider delegating authority for appointment just for on-call and per diem personnel to me. Right now, it's very difficult to get our fingers into the folks, especially per diem. There's so much competition for good paramedics to fill spots that we really should be moving quickly. I understand, I do know the history, I understand the history, so that's why I'm asking only for the on-call and per diem people. And if the board wants to put some conditions on it, like I send them an email, I'm more than happy to do that as well. But I think it'll just help to facilitate getting people in. For example, I received a finally received an application from a paramedic who had asked me a couple of weeks ago, but I just got it yesterday. Too late to get on this agenda or to have a quick background done, and I have another pending one. But we're, like I said earlier, we're running with 2 people out of the 6 career positions working right now, so all the help I can get, and this will just facilitate addressing that.
I don't really have a problem with it. Have you talked to Kim about it?
I did not talk directly to Kim. I spoke with the chair about it, and he was okay with it. I think I was told by Laura, actually, that Kim and Chris had said to put this on the agenda for discussion. So, I mean, I don't know if Laura has had a conversation with Kim, but I didn't have it directly with her.
Would it be okay if we made a decision on this at the next meeting?
Sure.
I mean, I understand, you're
I want to say yes, but I also want to talk to Kim a
You
little
want to confirm with
more
Kim,
about
yeah.
it.
or Kim, is there something we can do to say, hey, we may revoke this at the next meeting? At least that gets him to hire the folks that he's gonna have in the meantime. What's the time frame? What's our next meeting?
It's the 25th, I believe, Tuesday.
To expire on February 24th, or March 25th.
Well, or, it's possible we could just revote it.
25th of this.
February 25th.
Yeah, and if it makes you feel comfortable, the next candidate that I really like to get appointed quickly is a paramedic who's a career paramedic in Northbridge and has offered to help out on a per diem basis. So he is already working in the town next door. He's got a lot of.
So you got one per diem, right? One
per diem paramedic pending, and then there was a resident in town who goes to school up in New Hampshire, so his availability is kind of sporadic until May when college gets out. So that's not necessarily as pressing. The paramedic is a little more.
So we had one per diem paramedic, and then who was the second one? What's the position, sorry?
An EMT basic per diem.
So per diem, basic, EMT.
What I was going to say
Can we allow
is,
them to
I
appoint those
would,
two?
I think if we can just say, in collaboration with the town administrator. Just, if you talk to
And-
him and you both agree, then
Oh, okay.
I have, honestly, when I initially talked to the chairman, I said either myself or the town administrator. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not looking for the power of the appointing. I'm just looking to facilitate moving people quickly. And
agree.
if the board feels more comfortable with the town administrator, so there's a check in there, I'm perfectly fine with
Well,
that.
yeah, just in conjunction or collaboration with.
just,
I would say, look, let's vote to give him the okay to do these two. Fill these 2 positions, in collaboration with the town administrator, and we'll revisit this again with everybody on the next meeting, and we'll
Sure.
either etch it in stone or figure out a way to come up with something, but I just don't want to make the decision just myself.
And I'm fine too with, if you want to do it in 6-month increments, and, I get the history, so however, I'm just trying to facilitate the.
yeah, but don't think that, because I really don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, I trust you and your judgment, and so
I don't take it personally at all. I
I
understand.
want you to realize that.
Yeah.
So, do you want to motion that?
Yep.
Or,
I move to allow Chief Kessler to appoint 1 per diem paramedic and 1 per diem basic EMT, in collaboration with the town administrator. That's it.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great. Thanks.
Sorry, you do me a favor, what's the rate of pay for the paramedic? Same, the 25 and the 16?
It would be 25 and 16, that's correct. That's the standard shift
Yeah.
fill pay.
I just want to amend the motion to include those rates, not to exceed those rates.
Second.
Okay, thanks.
All in favor?
Aye, thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. We're done. Farm tax repeal is not part of this meeting.
Oh, it's not?
Nope.
What happened with that?
Dang it. The proponent was unable to attend. Next time, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
Hold on. Yep. Second.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Okay.
Not even an hour.
Bye, thanks. Oh.
Good night.
All right.